Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, today we're zooming way in, leaving the sort of big national picture behind for a really focused look.
Yeah, getting specific.
Exactly. We're heading up high into the eastern Sierras, specifically Mammoth Lakes, California, November 2025 real estate.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the latest market update, and our mission really is to pull out the key pieces you need to understand this unique mountain market right now.
And unique is the word. Mammoth, it really does dance to its own beat. It's always been a bit different, driven by lifestyle.
That lifestyle factor, right. People aren't just buying numbers on a spreadsheet up there.
Not at all. They're buying the mountain, the access, the whole experience. So the question is, how is that holding up as we round out 2025?
So boiling it all down, if you had to give our listener just one sentence on the current vibe,
Yeah.
what is it?
Okay, let's unpack this. I'd say this. It's a healthy, balanced market, definitely not declining. And that strength, it's really rooted in that consistent demand for the lifestyle.
Healthy and balanced. That sounds stable, which is probably welcome news after the craziness of the last few years.
Oh, absolutely. Stability is the headline. But this balance, it comes with a catch, maybe, or at least a requirement.
Okay.
If you're buying or selling now in Mammoth, success really hinges on, well, three things. Solid preparation, smart pricing, and making sure the property looks great. Presentation.
So the days of just listing anything and getting snapped up are over.
Pretty much. The frenzy's gone, thankfully. But the underlying market, it's solid.
Okay, let's dig into that stability then. The data backs it up. Values seem to be holding pretty steady, even with, national markets doing different things.
Right. Steady values.
But the speed feels different. Active listings.
Hmm.
They're sitting a bit longer now, averaging just over 100 days.
Yeah, the 100-day mark for days on market, or DOM, that's a really important number to understand right now.
So Dom, that's from listing to going under contract, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And hitting just over 100 days, it doesn't mean the market's crashing. Not at all. It signals thoughtfulness, selectivity from buyers.
Okay, so buyers aren't panicked. They're not just jumping. They're taking their time, comparing options,
Oh,
but they are still buying.
precisely. They're engaged, just more deliberate. It's less of a sprint, more of a, considered pace. Values are holding, not falling off a cliff.
And inventory plays a big role here, I assume.
Huge role. We saw inventory climb over the summer, which was expected. It's eased back a little now, but it's still noticeably higher than it was back in, say, 2024.
Right.
And that level, the current supply, the sources are calling it the most balanced inventory Mammoth has seen in like a decade.
A decade. Wow, so this isn't distressed inventory flooding the market?
No, it feels more like healthy normalization, sustainable rhythm. It's actually creating opportunity.
Opportunity for buyers because they have actual choices again.
Exactly. Real options. And for sellers.
Wow.
You can still get a good price, a solid result, if you're aligned with the current reality, meaning realistic pricing and making sure the property shows well. If you nail those, you're getting rewarded. If you're still thinking it's 2021, well, your listing might be contributing to that 100-day average.
Okay, so that 100-day average is the big picture. But Mammoth isn't just one market, right? You've got condos, you've got single-family homes. Are they moving at the same pace? Let's start with condos. Feels like that's where most of the action usually is.
Oh, absolutely. Condos are the engine. Transaction-wise, they dominate. Looking year to date, we're talking 214 condo sales.
114, okay. And volume.
That generated almost $199 million in total volume, which gives you a median sale price year-to-date of around $759,000.
$759K or median for condos. Now, how fast are they moving compared to that overall 100-day average?
Much faster. This is key. Condo closed sales are averaging just 69 days on market.
Wow, 69 days versus over 100 overall. That's a huge difference.
Huge. It really shows where buyer focus is. Demand's been pretty steady, about 21 condo closings a month. And what the data is really screaming is that condition matters a lot. Meaning well-kept, updated condos. They're attracting motivated buyers and moving quickly. But the ones that are dated, need work, or are maybe priced a bit too optimistically, those are the ones lingering longer.
Got it. Presentation and price again. Now let's contrast that with single-family homes. Totally different category, right? Cabins to huge estates.
Yeah, much wider range. The single-family market, it shows resilience, but the actual number of sales is way lower. Makes each sale carry more weight, statistically.
Okay, so what are the numbers there?
Year to date, only 55 single-family home sales. But those 55 sales accounted for $89 million in volume.
Which pushes the median price way up, I assume.
Way up. The median sale price for single-family homes is sitting at $1,300,000.
$1.3 million median. And their speed, faster or slower than condos?
Slower than condos, averaging 83 days on market for closed sales, but still, faster than that overall 100-plus day average.
Interesting. So why are prices holding so strong with fewer sales and slightly slower movement?
Simple answer: supply. It's incredibly tight for single-family homes. We're talking only about 20 active listings right now.
20. That's it.
That's it. So scarcity is really propping up those values, even if buyers are taking a bit longer to decide. And buyers in this segment, they're looking for specific things too.
Like what? What features are popping up?
Things like actual garage space, which is huge in snow country, obviously. Good natural light is always a big one. And potential for an ADU.
ADU, accessory dwelling unit, like a guest house or rental unit.
Exactly. That potential for extra space or income is definitely a draw in a resort town. Makes perfect sense.
Okay, so the local dynamics are clear.
Yeah.
But Mammoth doesn't exist in a total vacuum. What about outside factors, like interest rates?
Right. You can't ignore the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And the sources do point to interest rates easing a little bit recently, dipping into the mid-sixes.
At sixes? Yeah, I saw that.
And that seems to have provided a bit of a fresh spark, a little tailwind for the fall market.
Just that slight dip gave some buyers the nudge they needed, maybe. The report mentions specific rates as of November 8th. What were they again?
Yeah, prevailing conforming rate around 6.32%, and the jumbo rate at about 6.4%. So, down from the peaks.
Okay, but here's what's interesting to me. Rates ease slightly, making borrowing a little cheaper. But you said prices are holding steady, not dropping. Why wouldn't lower costs lead to lower prices, or at least more negotiation room?
That's a great question, and it speaks volumes about the market's, maturity right now. Prices have flattened out after that huge run-up.
Flattened, okay, not dropping.
Exactly. Recent activity shows median condo prices kind of hovering near $810,000, and single-family homes around that $1.3 million mark we mentioned. It's not weakness, it's the market finding a sustainable level. Demand from those lifestyle buyers is consistent, and they aren't typically forced sellers.
So stability is winning out over volatility. That makes
Yeah.
sense. If we break down supply even further, like by months of inventory, where are the tight spots and maybe the softer spots?
Yeah, the granular data is revealing. Overall, for condos, we're looking at maybe 4 to 5 months of supply. Pretty balanced.
4 to 5 months, okay.
If you isolate luxury condos, let's say over $2 million, the supply is still incredibly tight. Like only 2 months of inventory.
2 months. So still very competitive at the high end for condos.
Very competitive. But then you flip to single-family homes.
Different story there.
Yeah. Homes under $3 million, they have a pretty healthy 2 to 6 months of supply. Manageable. But once you get above $3 million for a single-family home, the average supply jumps to roughly 13 months.
13. Okay, so that super high-end detached home market is moving much, much slower. Requires patience.
Deep patience. That mirrors what we're seeing nationally, too. The very top tier is feeling the slowdown the most.
All right, let's talk about something else the source has flagged as maybe the biggest wild card right now. Insurance.
Yes. Insurance and risk. This is becoming a major factor, and it directly impacts you, the listener, if you're thinking about buying or selling mountain property anywhere, really.
How so?
Carriers are just getting tougher. They're tightening underwriting, especially in areas perceived as higher risk, like fire zones.
Which affects a lot of mountain communities.
Absolutely. So the takeaway is dealing with insurance needs to happen early. You can't wait until the last minute anymore. Early preparation, coordinating with your agent and lender, it's critical for a smooth closing now. It's not optional.
Okay, we've painted a pretty detailed picture. Stable overall, balanced inventory, but definitely selective. Condos moving faster, luxury homes slower, insurance is tricky. So what's the practical advice? If you're a buyer in Mammoth today, what does this all mean for you?
Well, for buyers, honestly, it's a much better environment than, say, 18 months ago. That balanced inventory, the softer competition, it means you can actually breathe.
You can take your time?
You can take a thoughtful approach. You don't have to make snap decisions under intense pressure. You have time to compare, to really think things through.
And does that translate into more negotiating power?
It certainly can. There's definitely more opportunity now to negotiate on terms, maybe get some seller credits towards closing costs or repairs, especially with rates still hovering in those mid-sixes. It's a decent window. Good buyer representation really pays off here.
Okay, makes sense for buyers. Now, flip side, what's the message for sellers? You said the market's healthy, but
But it's not forgiving. That's the key phrase. Healthy, yes. Forgiving of mistakes. No.
So sellers need to be sharp.
Absolutely. Buyers have choices now. So as a seller, you have to be realistic about pricing from day one.
Yeah.
And the presentation, the condition, it has to be excellent. Strategy matters now, where maybe luck played a bigger role before.
So invest in staging, good photos, fix the little things.
All of it. The listings that are putting in that effort, they're the ones getting strong offers and moving relatively quickly. The ones that aren't, they sit.
So it's not that things aren't selling, it's that the market is demanding quality and sort of intentionality from everyone involved.
That's a perfect way to put it. Intentional. The sales pace is decent, but buyers are being selective. Well-prepared properties move, often close to that faster 69-day condo average. Everything else, it pulls that overall average up towards 100 days or more. It really demands focus. Hashtag, outro.
So wrapping this up, our deep dive really shows Mammoth Lake settling into a sustainable groove, a healthy rhythm.
Yeah, it feels like it.
That core lifestyle demand, it's acting like a buffer, keeping property values stable, even while some parts of the market, like those ultra-high-end houses, are understandably slowing down.
It really does highlight a certain maturity in the market there. It's not just about chasing rapid appreciation anymore. It's about that long-term value.
Right.
And, thinking about that long-term value, especially since lifestyle is such a driver, it brings up a really important question for you, the listener, to think about going forward.
Yep.
How much does this increasing complexity around insurance and managing risk, that wild card we talked about, how much does that start to factor into the real definition of long-term value for mountain properties? Not just in Mammoth, but anywhere similar.
That's a heavy question. Because it changes the calculation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What that long-term ownership really looks like, what the holding costs might be, definitely something to mull over.
For sure. It adds another layer to due diligence.
Well, this has been incredibly insightful. Thanks for breaking down Mammoth for us, and thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure. Enjoy the journey. Love the destination. We'll catch you next time.